Hey everybody, this is Jose from Stoop. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 triggers that promote new habits. In this video we're going to be talking about the 3rd and 4th triggers, which are preceding events and emotional state. Many habits are a response to something else that happens in our life. Your alarm clock goes off, you wake up and get out of bed. The unread notification bar lights up on a friend's email, so you click on it and read it. Someone's knocking on your door, you walk over and see it who's at the door and you greet them. These are examples of habits that are triggered by a preceding event. When it comes to triggers that are useful for building new habits, I find preceding events easy to utilize and useful. Once you understand habit stacking, you can develop all sorts of ways to tie new habits into preceding events. For instance, in my case, after doing sit-ups in the morning, I go for my morning run. Application. Since 2010, I've used the preceding event to stick with my daily walking habit. Each night after dinner, weather permitting, I go for an hour walk. By making my walk my after-dinner nightcap, I've created an exercise habit which I can always do regardless of my age. Once I finish my dinner, I start to think about my walk and how my walk will also help with my sleep. Since dinner is a daily occurrence, stacking my walk to dinner makes my walk a daily occurrence too. Think of ways you can use a preceding event to encourage a good habit you would like to have. The frequency you'd like to perform the habit should be in line with the preceding event. The 4th trigger is emotional state. In my experience, emotional state is a common trigger for both good and bad habits. For example, you may have a habit of eating when you feel depressed, or someone mourning a friend or a family member who passed away in a DWI accident may do a better job of self-regulating and advocating awareness about drunk driving. Emotions are very common triggers for our behavior. Our opinion of the events trigger an array of emotions to choose from. The emotions we choose to keep will determine if we build good or bad habits. When we witness a co-worker break their cup, we easily reply that these things happen. So when our own cup breaks, we should also respond as when it happens to someone else. In the case of death, death is natural as we are all going to die. Our opinion of death is what affects our emotional state, not death itself. In other words, you have to be emotional and aware at the same time, and that can be hard to do. Paying attention is a powerful but difficult way to build better habits. Application. I try to be true to myself by being able to express how I feel, whether I'm happy or sad. I understand that not all days are going to be ideal, as I constantly seek daily happiness, knowing disappointments are part of life. I remember when my grandmother passed away, and in her funeral, I cried by her casket for nearly 30 minutes. I felt such a sense of relief being able to express my sadness, knowing that I wasn't crying because she passed away. I understood I was crying for selfish reasons. I just wanted more time with my grandmother. I felt so much better afterwards, since I was able to express my sadness while simultaneously growing from the experience. As I reflect, I can take comfort in knowing that my grandmother's spirit is very much alive in me through her teachings, memories of times we shared, stories, and love for one another. Regardless of how tragic we perceive an event, our opinion of the event is what's going to influence our emotional state. We can't control events and rates of occurrence, but we can control our opinion of these events.